Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we do have so much to discuss. We do have to talk about the renewal of a player like Pedri, and we're also going to be talking about the renewal of Dembele, two players who have been considered as the future of FC Barcelona. Yes, I know that when it comes to Dembele, many are going to be saying that Dembele may not be that player that Barcelona should rely on, but Barcelona, Joan Laporta, Mateo Alemán, they have made a decision. They have made a big decision, and that is that they do want to renew a player like Dembele for the long term. All of this is going to be discussed within today's video, but before we go into those topics, I do want to talk about the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is considered as the best football app you could find in the App Store when it comes to the latest player news, the latest team stats, if you want to follow a specific team or player, and overall follow the transfer news of any club you do desire. The OneFootball app is going to be there to inform you immediately and live. The only thing that you do have to do is go into my link. It'll take you straight to the App Store. You would be able to download the OneFootball app, and then from there you could turn on the push notifications on any club you do want to follow, and then you'll be all set and done from there. But now let's get back into the video. So first we are going to be talking about Pedri, and we do have some breaking news, and it says here, according to Rack 1, a very reliable source, they have stated that Barcelona and Pedri have reached an agreement in principle for the midfielder's renewal for the next 5 seasons, which basically means that this agreement that Barcelona has proposed to Pedri is going to take him until 2026. Now here's the thing, right? I am not surprised. I am so not surprised to hear that Barcelona are going to be renewing Pedri's contract until 2026, because Barcelona have made it so clear that they want to lock down this player since last year. Pedri has had a very impressive 2020-2021 season. He has came a long way. I remember back in September and October when Ronald Koeman did tell Pedri that he needs to look for a different club in order for him to develop, and then to come back later in the summer of 2021. But man, has he came a very long way. Pedri has really showed, and he has proved towards the players and the coaches and the coaching staff and every Barcelona fan that he is a player that Barcelona can count on. And not only that, but now that we are here, Pedri is one of the most important players for Barcelona. This is a player that Barcelona do want to build around and have a long-term future with this player. And it's so crazy to hear that even though we go into 5 years into the future, Pedri is only going to be 23 years old. That is such a young age. So this should be a moment for us to realize, right, the difference in management that Barcelona do have. Seeing the previous board and the board that we do have now, the previous board were extending the contracts of Lenglet, Gerard Piqué until 2025 and 2026, and now we're sitting here today seeing that this current board wants to extend players like Pedri and not Lenglet or Gerard Piqué. Pedri is actually going to be extended until 2026, and that is what we want to see coming from this Barcelona team, is to focus on the youth. This is telling us that Pedri will be a player for the future. He is going to be having a contract that's going to have a very high release clause. I do expect that his salary is going to be gradually growing throughout these next 5 years, and so Barcelona will lock down this player, and Barcelona is going to be relying on players like Pedri and Frenkie de Jong for the next 5 years. The biggest question is going to be this: because Pedri and Frenkie de Jong are going to be the untouchables in the Camp Nou, who is going to be taking that third spot in the midfield? Who is going to accompany a player like Pedri? Who is going to accompany a player like Frenkie de Jong? Could it be a player like Gavi, Moriba, Ricky Puig, Nico Gonzalez? It could be a multitude of players, but Pedri and Frenkie de Jong will not be moved from this midfield or in Barcelona in general. And as for the latest regarding Pedri, besides the contract, it says here that it is official that Jordi Alba, Eric Garcia, and Sergio Busquets have been called up to the Spain national team for the upcoming World Cup qualifying games. Pedri will not be there, and he will not participate at all. Pedri will be in the 2-week break. Pedri is a player that has not rested since last year in September, so it does make sense that Pedri will not participate in these games. He does need a break, and so we should expect an announcement of Barcelona extending Pedri's contract after the transfer window does close, because 4 days ago, or I believe 5 days ago, I did announce on this YouTube channel that Barcelona wanted to focus on renewing 2 players, which is Ansu Fati and Pedri, after the transfer window does close, because Ansu Fati's contract does end in the summer of 2022, and the same thing goes for Pedri. But now we do have an agreement between Pedri's lawyers, the agents, the player himself, and Barcelona. The only thing that they do have to do is to just officially finalize this contract and have it ready to be signed. Now I do want to move on towards the next player of today, and we are going to be talking about Dembele. So we do have another renewal report, and so it says here, according to Luis Rojo, Dembele's renewal is heading towards the right track. The club wants to finalize it after the window shuts down next week. His new contract is expected to be until 2025 with a lower salary. The positions of both parties aren't far apart. And let me tell you guys, this is also some great news to hear that we are hearing Barcelona sealing these contracts down with players like Dembele and Pedri. That is some great news. news. Barcelona are doing the correct moves. Now, many are going to be saying, why can't Barcelona just sell Dembele? Did we not expect Barcelona to sell a player like him in the summer? Shouldn't Barcelona move forward and find a different winger? Now, here's the thing, right? Reports did come out a few months ago, and over the past few months, right? This is something that we have been seeing very consistently since Joan Laporta took over of Barcelona. But many of these reports were stating that Laporta and his men favor the continuity of Dembele. They loved this player. They never even thought about selling Dembele. So to be hearing that Barcelona are going to be renewing Dembele's contract, it is not a surprise. We have been hearing this for the past 4 to 5 months. The fact that we're seeing a player like Trincao getting loaned out and a player like Alex Collado who's not being in the plans under Ronald Koeman, there's just so much favoritism and so much priority on Dembele. And there's nothing wrong with that, because let me tell you guys, this renewal that is going to be completed within the next 6 to 7 days, this is telling us 3 things, and I'm going to be spreading this into 3 points. Point number 1, this renewal is telling us that Dembele wants to stay, because if you really think about it, Dembele has had a atrocious, below average 4 years at Barcelona since 2017. He has yet to really improve as a player in this Barcelona club, and to see that it has been clear that Dembele's arrival at Barcelona these first 4 years has not worked out, Dembele could have just moved on. He could have done that. He could have just said, you know what, I've spent 4 years of my career here since 2017. It is just not working. I just can't get my fitness correct. Maybe I do need a different club with a different medical team to take care of me. I just need a huge reset. Dembele could have just done that, but he chose to stay. As a matter of fact, the fact that this Barcelona club have told Dembele that he's going to be receiving a lower salary, which could be around 6 to 7 million euros per season, many of us would expect for Dembele to make a decision and say, I have to leave FC Barcelona. But the fact that the positions of these two parties, like what it does say on the report, the fact that it is saying that it is very close and that Dembele wants to renew, it is because Dembele wants to stay. He does want to continue. This man here, this player, he really does love FC Barcelona. Going on to point number 2, and this is going to be a question that I do want to answer, but Kevin, the injuries are going to be concerns. Dembele gets injured about 2 or 3 times every season. Why can't Barcelona just sell a player like Dembele? Now let's evaluate what happened last season under Ronald Koeman, under Joan Laporta. Dembele only got injured once last season, only once, and this is telling us that his fitness has improved. Has it improved to a point where Dembele can be not injured throughout 9 months? No, we are not there yet, but Dembele fitness wise has improved, and that is only because Dembele has become a more determined professional version of himself. And to see that he is going to go into this second season under Koeman, I do expect him to be and act in the exact same way, and especially knowing that this Barcelona club is going to be having a whole new set of doctors, a brand new medical team that is going to be taking care of Dembele always, and is always going to be on top of him in order to stay fit. So that is going to be the conclusion for the second point. I do expect him fitness wise to be much more improved compared to the previous season, and the previous season has already showed us that he is doing much better. And then going on to point number 3, and that is going to be that these next 4 years that he will be handed from Barcelona, it is going to be 4 years that will be much better compared to the previous 4 years. I strongly believe that if they continue to check on his fitness, continue to see if he's doing well, and having a Dembele that is focused, that's focused on his football, his role, as a matter of fact, is going to look much different. And I'm only saying this because of one thing: Messi's absence. If you combine all of these factors, Messi's absence, Dembele's focus, his fitness, this upcoming season for Dembele specifically, individually, it is going to look much different. Because if we were to go back to the previous season, when Messi was there and Dembele was starting, Dembele was very limited. Dembele could not go into the middle and try to create for the players around him. The only place and the only space Dembele occupied was on the right flank. He was a very wide winger. And the fact that Messi will no longer be there in Barcelona, Dembele now has the opportunity, right? Now we're going to go into the tactical side of things, but Dembele has the opportunity to finally be free, to finally be unlimited, to come to the center and to create for the other players. A very similar role to what we did see at Borussia Dortmund. So what could that be like? How would Dembele function within a role that does not have Lionel Messi in it? And that front three that we could see eventually coming from Koeman could be a front three of Ansu Fati on the left, Memphis Depay in the center, and Dembele on the right wing. Can you imagine what that front three could be like if they all know their roles? If we have an Ansu Fati that's very fit, a Memphis Depay that continues to do what he's doing today, a Dembele that's much more fit, someone who is much more of a creator, that could be a very strong front three. A front three that, if they function well and they connect well and they have a great chemistry, it could be one of the best front threes in Europe. So the future is going to be very exciting regarding Dembele and Barcelona if he does renew with this team. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.